So we're at the start here at 3 points for our 100K. So 61 miles. We're heading to Santa Clarita, right where the Agua Dulce, actually Bouquet Canyon. So it's like the 50K turnaround of the Leona Divide race, if you're familiar with that. So yes, we're going 62 miles, about 9,000 feet of gain, and yeah, we're looking forward to. We've been looking forward to this one for a few weeks. So what you got?
What do I have? We're going in the style of self-supported today. We just spent the last couple hours putting some caches out in the woods. So we got water in there and calories. We're not expecting to find any natural water sources today that we're going to try to pot. So we got all of our water packed. This section of the PCT is where the PCT, where the AC 100 course leaves the PCT and starts following Silver Moccasin Trail instead. And then we'll be going to, about the center of the Leona Divide course. So this is the Pacific Crest Trail section that kind of bridges those two iconic Southern California ultra marathons. I'm pretty excited about that. It's about 80 degrees now, and we're starting off, we're going to cover as much trail as we can in the dark of the night, because where we're finishing, it's expected to be 107 tomorrow. And so we're trying to avoid the heat, and it's part of our strategy for completing the section quickly.
Yeah, so you can see the sun is just starting to set and go down. It's we're going to be starting about 7:15 p.m. on Friday night and finish up hopefully before noon time when it's getting up into the mid hundreds. So anyway, but we're going to get rolling. And
stats. It's about 9,000 feet of gain on this section and about 61 miles is what we're expecting.
Yep. Yeah, cool. So
we're not going to predict the time this time.
We're hoping to finish. Yeah, so we'll see you out there. So we just started our run here at 3 points, heading across the road. First PCT marker. And we're off to watch the sunset. There's 3 points. Plan is to do a lot more hiking this time till the trail heads down. Anything that heads up, we're gonna be hiking. Look at these views. You can see a pretty full moon right up above that mountain. See that, Chris?
Yeah, it's gonna be a real blessing for us.
Yeah. Thanks. Look at the view, sun going down. Just coming up on 7:30 p.m. probably. 1 mile into our run. The weather's just so nice right now. It's probably around 80, but we got a good little breeze blowing. Gorgeous out. Feels good to warm up nice and slow, huh?
Yeah. It's nice out.
This will pay dividends later. So, as far as food goes, for me, I'm carrying, like, starting out 110 ounces of water and my fluid electrolyte mix in my bladder, 2 liters of that. And I'm carrying like 10 gels. Got some honey stinger, lemon, ginger chews that just came out that are fantastic. Although I'm eating bugs right now, not so fantastic. But in the cache drops, we've got, look at this trail. We've got watermelon, bacon. My daughter Sophie and I were cooking up some slop today. So we got bacon and every cache drop along with strawberries. And banana. Got a bulk breaker bar. They're like little peanut butter and jelly treats. So that's what we're rolling with. I got a handheld for the second cache just to have extra water to pour on my head or whatever. So that's what I got going on for this run. Sun's starting to set over there, so we're not going to get too much more views of that until tomorrow morning, the sunrise. So and these Pacifico Crest Trail up here, it's just so beautiful. Look at these. Look at the scene. You see all the bugs, just awful. They're all over the screen. Look at almost look like there was a creek running right through here. Yeah, it looks like it's over there. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely was running water here. Not there's a little bit of water down in that little hole. That's right, they have like the horse trail and the non-horse trail. Little split right there.
So right here, there's the hiker trail, and there's the horse version of the trail right here. I was just telling Chad, I'm Caballo Grande, but we're still taking the hiker trail today. So Chad told me to talk about my food. Food. I've got some dark chocolate here, some beef jerky, peanut butter pretzels. What else? A gel, and I've got some mixed nuts in my pocket over here, along with a waffle, honey stinger waffle. And that should get us through the first part of this course. And I got lots of neat new foods in our first drop bag, including the turkey sandwich, I believe. Yeah.
Did you make one for me?
I'll be happy to share, Chad. I think I've got plenty. Yeah, we're gonna be eating well this trip. I'm excited.
We got a PCT buffet out here.
That's right. The sun's almost down, and this is the time of day when I've injured my feet kicking rocks before, and so I decided to go and turn my lights on early. At least my waist lamps here. Got a couple Energizer Costco 3-pack lights with 3 AAA batteries in there each. I got the good lithium-ion kind of batteries. I'm just gonna let those run, and then when it gets truly dark, got the Petzl Now up on the head. Got extra battery for it. We're really gonna light up the world tonight. Hopefully it makes the video look nicer too. We're about 3 miles in so far, maybe close to 4. And it's going along real easy. The weather is just so pleasant right now. High 70s and a light breeze, just perfect. You can see these bats in the sky over here. We know there's lots of bugs in the air for them to catch.
Yes, we're just hit 45 minutes. Got my nutrition alert. Looks like we're gonna combine with that horse trail that we split from earlier. It's right there. This beautiful evening. Just perfect temps. Feels great. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a breeze through the night too. I think the low from what I looked at was like 73, 74 degrees at about 3 in the morning. And it's pretty good. You know, from now until about 8 or 9, it starts hitting the 90s. And then around 12, I think it's like 102, something like that. The high tomorrow is 106, same as today. So we had originally planned to start this at midnight, and we moved it up once we saw the high went from 98 to 106 within a week. So we decided to get out here early and get rolling. So we just hit mile 4. We're just starting to climb up Mount Pacifico. Still got some daylight. Chris is rocking the lights so you can see really good. Wow, double. Look at this view, Chris. Look at that. Oh, look at that moonshine. You can see it in the video too. It's gonna be a beautiful night. You see that sun or that moon just looking at us as we're climbing up Mount Pacifico. Just beautiful. We're gonna run too many night runs. This is AC 100 weekend though, so we have to honor it by coming out and doing something hard out in the San Gabriel Mountains, Angeles National Forest. And get hot, have a little pain and suffering in a good way. So we're still on that Mount Pacifico climb. Look at that big old moon back there behind me. Just coming up, just a little short of 6 miles. Making really good time. Look at that moonshot. Just working our way up here. About 7 miles away from our first cache. Already looking forward to some bacon. At least the bug situation has improved since the sun went down. So far so good. About 5 3/4 mile. Got this little critter here. Little scorpion, he's ready to bite. Rawr. What up, dog? Just getting to the top of Mount Pacifico here. Just crossed the 8-mile mark. A little bit less than 2 hours so far, so we're moving pretty good. Whoa. Just getting up into the alpine section. Start seeing some big trees. You can hear that breeze blowing through the trees. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see that tree, but shine my light. See Chris up ahead there. Even in the night, it's real beautiful up here. The moon and stars. There's Chris. What's up? See I'm not sure if you can see the desert lights out there toward Palmdale. We have reached the top of Mount Pacifico. We are at about 8.5 miles. It's beautiful out. You can probably hear that crisp breeze blowing into the camera. It's really, really nice. Look at that moon up there. Got Chris right here leading the way. Got the moon up above. All these lights. Got the Phoenix headlight, Ultra Spire, waist light. It's like about 800-900 lumens per. So we are shining brightly. Just so you can see how good it is when you're running out here in the dark. It's not like you're out in the dark. Got it all lit up real nice like you're running during the daytime. Beautiful out. We got, looks like about 4.5 miles before we hit Mill Creek, where we'll get to our first cache. Here's a PCT marker. Always a welcome sight.
All right, we're descending to Mill Creek now. Got some pretty good views off to the right of probably the Palmdale area. Might be hard to see on this video, but kind of look over there a little bit. Maybe it'll show up on the big screen. Anyway, Chad's got a little blood on his elbow. If you check it out, he took a nice little digger earlier. This rock jumped out of nowhere. Really nice runnable terrain here, kind of a crushed granite trail. It's opened up. We've been through some brushy sections, and like the blooms are like sticky on our arms from going through it, but here we got some open space and it's really nice to move well.
Got a big old tree crossing here. Let's do this one-handed, huh? How's that for tree hopping skill right there? One-handed with a GoPro. Bushy, bushy. You can see across the canyon where we're heading there. See the moon just up to the left there, kind of popping through the canyon and the trees. I don't know if you can see it out there, but pretty good view of the high desert, which Chris was talking about earlier. Pretty for us, but probably a little too far away for the camera to pick it up real well. So we're just crossing mile 12, and we just had a skunk encounter, which I was trying to have my GoPro on, but it was glitching on me a little bit, so I was resetting it. And then Chris crossed a skunk, and the thing was running up the trail, so it was like running right at me. Thankfully, it must have been close to like its little place, and it ran at me, and then it ran up into the trees. I thought, oh man, I'm gonna get freaking skunked.
That gland was pointed right towards me, man. I thought I was gonna get it in the face.
That's all I was picturing. I was like, because it was running up the trail. I'm like, oh man, I'm toast. He looked scared. He looked like a scared kitty cat, though.
There's a cute little guy.
Yeah, yeah. Since he didn't spray us, we're fans. We like skunks. So far, good luck with skunks and good luck with snakes. Anyway, we're about a mile out of Mill Creek. Our first cache stop, so fun time so far. We're about almost 2 hours, 54 minutes in. Coming up on a little over 12 miles now. Having a good run so far. So we're just coming into Mill Creek. Getting pretty close to mile 15. So we're expecting it 13 for some reason. Or at least I was. It looks like we're gonna hit 15 miles right as we get in here. Chris had a bug encounter that was pretty funny. It's like this monster looking cockroach. Big old bug. He's probably better part of 2.5, 3 inches long. Alright, here we are. Yes. Hear the power lines crackling overhead. Here we go. Yep, Mill Creek picnic area. Alright, so you can see the lights over there. That is Mill Creek. We are leaving. About a 13, 14 minute stop. A little longer than we wanted, but got some good food. Got a protein bar down and honey stinger protein bar. And then got some watermelon, a little banana, a few orange slices. And we're off, coming up on 15.5 mile mark. So we're getting into some bushwhacking a little bit. We're just about mile 20. Yeah, we're just past midnight too. It's 12:16. And we are bushwhacking on the Pacific Crest Trail. We've been doing this for probably about a mile or so, so I figured I'd turn the camera. That's why miles are so slow out here. It's a pretty runnable trail, but it's just the growth on these north sides of the mountains are just too. We got a lot of rain this winter. Got a lot of rain this winter, so it's really overgrown. How you doing back there, partner?
Hey, Peachy.
Peachy.
Some of these leaves are sticking in my ear, and they got a little bit of wet something in there, which is nice, like in little kids. And I just stubbed my favorite purple toe.
I know, right?
Just a minute ago.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just everything I was hoping for out of a PCT.
Let me get these,
man.
get these beautiful tree crossings on big slopes. So that's what we're doing at midnight, early on a Saturday morning. More. Oh crap. Hard to find the trail. There it is. Might as well walk deep into the bush, you know, before. Yeah, we're through it for a second.
It is tough to see the trail in the dark because your light will light up at least in the foreground, whereas the sun would show you where the trail was through them.
Yeah. Beacon in the night right here. We just had a split in the trail. And saw we weren't sure which way to go, and he saw the reflector through the trees. So that's nice. We're about mile 23. Just checking in. We've climbed about 3,077 feet. It is 1:20 in the morning. So we're doing still bushwhacking. See, I got trees now. We've been, gosh, seems like we've been bushwhacking for 5 miles now, I bet. There's a lot of overgrowth back in here. Look at all these trees overhead. Pretty cool to be back in the forest, but it's tough when there's just no clean trail to run. But we're doing our best. Still great to be back up in here. There's a little open shot. Oh, you see the lights out there. Little city towards Palmdale. Oh. Yeah, we're just making the best of it. Clipping off the miles. Here comes Chris. Woohoo! And we're still bushwhacking. These are the bushiest switchbacks ever. So you see the little flashy Pacific Crest Trail markers ahead. Help guide the way. So nice to make them reflective. Yes. Oh, switchback. Hello. You got the PCT marker with the full moon out in the distance. We just got the top of a long climb. Since mile 15, we've been kind of bushwhacking flat to climbing the whole way. Wow, what a view, huh?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Not sure if you can see all this, but I'll turn my headlight off. See if we can see the lights out there. We got city all around us. Beautiful. So the Crest Trail, trailhead. We've got a sign down there. What does that say? Some campground. It's the Pacific Crest Trail sign's right there, but it says to go straight.
Oh, really?
Right there it says trail straight, but
okay.
Let's see if there's a sign down here. So this is Messenger Flats.
Yeah, I think it's the trailhead.
Campground.
So that's a sign for the road to say go up here to get on the trail.
Yeah. That's a decision we made at 2:37 in the morning. Little hit about 4,000 feet of climbing. Still sitting around 6,000 feet elevation. Finally got out of the bushes. We were in some bushes for, good grief, so long. Then we got up above like 6,200 feet and it wasn't too bad. And then we just dropped down to here and it was pretty bad for 3/4 mile or so.
Yeah, we just crossed into ultra territory.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 26.7 miles, so we are ultra marathoners. Not even halfway yet. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Keep on going. Still got the moon. Beautiful. Just eating a little bacon. It's about 3:26. Just down the road, huh? Yeah, so hey, we might be able to run. So we're at mile 29.3. What's that? Oh yeah, those look pretty big too. So we're eating some bacon at 3:26 in the morning. 29.35 miles. We're still up around 5,400 feet of elevation. We've climbed 42. So we still got more than half of the climbing to do. Sneaking up on the 50K, the halfway point. Got a big, beautiful full moon. Or pretty close, 3/4 full moon. Chris is falling asleep. He is having a little bit of a low. Would you say it's a low?
Oh yeah.
He's having a middle of the night lull. I've been taking my lemon ginger with caffeine. I don't drink caffeine, so when I get a little caffeine, I get hyperactive. So we're going down this little road here, and I see a PCT marker coming up. See the reflection. Shine your light. So pretty enjoyable time so far. We are moving slower than we had hoped. So we're gonna finish a little later than we wanted, but we're hustling. So we just got to the halfway point, right around 8 hours and 50 minutes. It is so about 4,400 feet of vert. And it's 4:10 in the morning. So we're about an hour away from sunup. So it's gonna be long and hot. Moving a lot slower, but it's typical Pacific Crest Trail. Just so rocky, bushy, technical stuff. So, really beautiful night, but we're gonna finish. It's pretty hot now. Hopefully we can speed it up a bit when we get out of this section. It's real remote. Not a lot of people. It's pretty obvious there aren't too many people that come through here. But yeah, we're making the best of it. Maybe we'll get a boost when the sun comes up. So we'll see how it goes. We got a big junction here. Lots of signs. Oh, a rat. Little field rat. Oh, no, right there. Lots of rats. Must be lots of rattlesnakes.
Is it a rattlesnake?
No, just rats.
Oh.
2 of them in a row. There's a bathroom right there.
Yeah.
You can smell it. Ooh, I think it's heavy. Well, you can see the sun is starting to rise. Are you out of water?
I'm out of water. You out of water?
Yeah, oh yeah. So we're both out of water. It's mile 36 and a half. We were expecting to be at Indian Canyon Trailhead at mile 36. So we thought we were turning a corner to go to, we hit the bottom, but then all of a sudden we got lost. And now we're climbing in the opposite direction of where we want to go. But the sun's rising. We're just looking for our second cache so we can fill up. I may have made a big mistake by freezing my water bottle. So I'm hoping that it's praying that it's thawed out overnight in his water, because we're bone dry and he's got enough for himself, and that means I'm going to be carrying a large jug of water with an ice cube in the middle if it's in. So we'll see. About 36.6. Let's see. About 47.28 a vert. And that's the skinny, where our time looks like 10 hours and 28 minutes right now. Woo. So we still got some work to do. See how it goes. We were thinking we were going to get there at mile 36 or 36.8, and then we had this climb that we weren't expecting, and then we got the riverbeds way down there. So instead of thinking we were almost there, we've got at least a mile and a half, 2 miles, and we're both pretty much bone dry. Woohoo! It's always an adventure out here, huh, Chris?
Always.
Another PCT sunrise right there. Just clicking mile 38 and still looking for our cache drop trailhead. Just walking right now. Both of us are super thirsty, so we're just taking it easy. Still pretty cool out, so not too bad. It's a beautiful morning though. Yeah, what a shot. Ooh. All right, well, we're at 12 hours, 35 minutes, just leaving, what is it called again?
Indian Canyon.
Indian Canyon. Gonna cross the street. Across the street, or?
Yeah. We're at 40 miles, 40 and 2/3.
Yeah.
We thought we'd be at about 36 here, so we had a miscalculation.
And then dummy froze his water, thinking it'd be smart to have nice cold water, and I gotta carry a big old freaking jug with me. Stupid chap. But off we go.
Yeah, at least it's gonna be cold. I think.
Yeah, we got water. That's stupid. So here we go, off to heading toward Agua Dulce. Longer than we thought, like every Pacific Crest Trail adventure we do. beautiful out here. Capri Sun wrappers, creeps. So that'll be.
This is the Santa Clara River.
Yeah, there we go.
Not on this creek today.
Whoa. Ouch. A little harder with a water bottle in your hand. And a GoPro. That's what we've been climbing up. Totally exposed to the sun. Yeehaw. It's still pretty cool out, so not too bad, but it's gonna be blazing today. It's real pretty back in here. So we came from way over there by those rocks. Oh, this climb's been brutal. Sun's getting us. Thankfully I have this block of ice. Blessing in disguise, providing us with some ice water on our heads. So I think we're somewhere around 44.5 miles right now. So yeehaw. Whew. So that's where we came from, about a 5-mile climb. Whew. We're now on. We're about 6,500 feet of climbing. It's about 9:23. Sitting right at 45 miles. And that is where we're heading. Past the 14 and up there into Santa Clarita. This is the tunnel underneath the 14 freeway. So we made ourselves into Santa Clarita. Looks like 13 miles to Bouquet right there. These rock formations are just beautiful. It's amazing down here. It's really hot. It's cooking. We just used up our ice water. So there's the wild cucumber, just in case you're looking for it. Yeah, look at this. It's beautiful. Working our way to Agua Dulce, the town of Agua Dulce. The sign back there said we got 13 miles to go. That would be a blessing if that's true. We shall see. The markers have been off all day long by a lot. We're basically 6.5 miles ahead of where we well, on the watch anyway. About 6.5 miles beyond where we should be. But we're going for it. So it's pretty nice. Got a little breeze in here. So it's not too bad. It's kind of continuing down this trail. Real pretty. I figured I'd just keep rolling. amazing. Beautiful. These little caves up in here. Something. Beautiful. Ooh, look at the pretty flowers. Hello. Hello. Good? I had no idea this stuff was in here. This is where we'd be going. Look at that, partner. Got the 14 fruit over there. Got the rock area that we just walked through. Pretty amazing. It's about 10:50 right now. The Sufferfest is on. We got a little water for our heads now.
How are you doing for drinking water?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
At mile 50, and we had to find some shade. Both feeling a little bit famished at the moment. It's getting really hot out here. So this is where we be. 16 hours, 13 minutes, just under 50 miles. $7,000 feet of gain, and it is 11:30 a.m. And I'm eating bacon. At this point, Chris started feeling a little bit better, so we were able to get back up on the get back up to walking again, and got back out on the street portion of the Pacific Crest Trail, and we're able to get back into town about another 1.25 miles before we found a little wall in the shade to sit on. And it got so hot out on the road that I was carrying my GoPro, and it got so hot that it wouldn't even record anymore from this point. So we made it into the middle of town, and we sat there and decided that it was time to err on the side of safety and call it a day. And so I became an Uber customer and got a ride to our car back at Bouquet Canyon. So, as ultra runners, we want to finish things off, but today just wasn't wise to do that. So we had to call it a day. So today we tried to finish our round 3 of our Partners Series, our PCT Partners Series, the 100K, and we came up short and finished at about 51 miles. And basically we started back here at 3 points, and we got held up quite a bit of bushwhacking and through the night. We started here last night at 7:20, obviously, and so it's about 22 hours later. Neither of us have had any sleep. Well, I guess we slept for a few minutes on the road, but yeah. So we were bummed to not do it, but we had to pull the plug before right at Agua Dulce, that climb into what's it called? Like Bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
Bouquet Canyon. Yeah, it was way too hot out, and we just couldn't risk it. So we pulled the plug at Agua Dulce. So anyway, still it was a great run. We had a great time, and we ran way slower through the night. So yeah, that's kind of the skinny on what happened today. So we're a little bummed not to finish, but we gave it everything we had, and it was smart to pull the plug on it at 51 while it was getting too hot.
So what did you try this run that's a keeper, Chad?
A keeper. Our pacing I thought was great. We paced really well from the start, and again we went through mile 15 feeling good and a little bit ahead of schedule, and then starting at mile 13 for 25 miles after mile 13 really struggled in there. So there's really nothing we could do. We ate well, we hydrated well, we did everything we could, but we just ran too late. So,
Chad brought about a pack and a half of bacon with him, and ate a lot of bacon this trip. And I also had bacon in my my kit too, a bag of bacon, and then I had bacon and some breakfast burritos with cheese and eggs, and we ate more real foods. I also had a salami, turkey, and cheese sandwich on sourdough bread. It was like we've never eaten something like that in an ultra before, and it really was a nice sustained energy, nice salty foods, right? And that was a keeper for sure for me.
Yeah, we saw some interesting things. We had a skunk duel at it was probably about 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Chris was down the trail just a little bit, and then he just yelled back at me, "A skunk's coming up the trail!" And then this little skunk came right at me. I was backing up like a quarterback, going like, "What are you doing?" And then it took off in the trees, but that was funny. We saw a lot of scorpions and a bunch of little critters out there. Real beautiful at night when you're going through the forest, just totally remote, and you hear all the noise and all the different things that are out there. Seeing some deer eyes, 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah. So anyway, we gave it our best shot and came up a little short on this one, but looking forward to the 50K in a couple weeks and a 100 mile in October 1st or so, first week of October.
Now, what would be going on right here at 3 Points today, Chad? If
I forgot to mention, we're both wearing our AC 100 shirts because today was AC 100 day that was not to be. So we wanted to throw a little salute up to the AC 100 crew. And we were bummed we were both going to be racing today on that. So we had this event that took its place and started here at 3 Points, which is part of it's an AC 100 aid station. So yeah, it's good stuff. And it's a cool shirt. It's a finisher shirt. So not too many people have those.
So one thing we also did different this time was we conquered a section of trail that we had no experience on yet. The segment from Mill Creek Station to Indian Canyon, it's about 25 miles, somewhere in there. We had a little debating or misunderstanding about the math of it all today. I'm not sure we still know the truth yet. But,
we didn't finish it.
But out in the middle of that segment, the character of Pacific Crest Trail is tough. It's very overgrown up there, and the overgrowth will come into the right of way of the trail, which is on a slope, and so then the right shoulder of the trail kind of becomes loose. If you've ever had that soft step on the shoulder of a trail where it gives way, we've had a lot of those, but we were just torn up by sticker bushes and like pokey oak tree leaves and flowering plants and plants that were wet at night for some reason, just getting sap and goo and everything on us. It was really something. And you know what, there were also a lot of swarming insects, like maybe a termite-like flies or something like that.
Big old cockroach looking thing.
Oh yeah, I got a big cockroach, but yeah,
it was like 3 inches long.
But there were several places where the swarms of insects were so thick that you had to brush them off or wipe them away from your face.
Yeah, a little extra protein during the run, just swallow them down.
So I never had that before, which is interesting.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful sections. The section past the 14 freeway, the rock structure, which were in the video. It's a great run. It's really, really hard. The Pacific Crest Trail is just wicked hard, and every mile is well earned.
We did a mostly pretty good job on staying hydrated today and on balance with our electrolytes. Both you and I, we came out without really feeling dogged or cramped or things like that, and still, especially for me, the stress of the heat, about 100-degree heat over in Agua Dulce, I could just feel the symptoms that I've had before when I've been approaching a heat stroke, and I lay down under a tree, and we just kind of took care of me for a little bit. And once we walked into Agua Dulce just a little further, it was clear. The writing was on the wall. One thing about the next section that we would have had to do would have been about 4 or 5 hours worth of work on a south-facing slope, And right now, this year, Bouquet Canyon, the place where we would need to go up, the Leona Divide course, for those of you that know it, is burned right now. So the whole landscape is black. And so we would have been in a 100+ degree heat going up this south-facing slope with reflective black ground kind of radiating heat at us, and no vegetation up there to shelter with. And so I think we made the right decision to pull the plug at mile 51 in order for us to stay safe. And we were just reflecting now as we got back up here. We went and picked up all of our caches, and we're back here at 3 points. We would actually maybe still be out there, or just wrapping up right now. And that thought was just,
we're getting scooped up by a helicopter.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was bad.
It's about 80 degrees up here at 3 points, but it's 100 degrees down at the bottom of this rock. It's just crazy. Yeah. The other one is I need to throw away my shoes sooner. This has caught me before. I had this old pair of Ultra Olympus, and they had holes in them, and I ended up using some duct tape to plug the holes from the inside so that rocks and stuff wouldn't fit in them. But I'd be better off to like Chad Bruce and buy 4 new pairs of shoes at a time. Kind of go to the Container Store, get some racks and bins and things for all my shoes out in the garage. No, but it really makes a difference out there. Performance matters, and it's a safety factor at a certain point. As you wear out your feet with all that stuff getting in there, or the shoe blows out, maybe I need to be a little less miserly about that.
So,
anything else you wanted to say?
No.
All right.
We'll see you in 3 weeks at the Partners 50K from Idyllwild, right? Idyllwild down to the 10 freeway there, like Palm Springs, Whitewater area.
Yeah, basically a bobsled run down Mount San Jacinto.
Cake.
With 4,000 feet of climbing still.
It'll be about 115 at the finish. All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.